Every time I complete a charter flight, the client walks off the aircraft, come to me and ask me the same question. And it's not just the clients, friends, families, people I meet at the event. The moment they find about what I actually do, within 5 minutes the question comes up. How much does a private jet actually costs? Anyone can go on Google and find a number. And those numbers are always off, either too high or too low, or sometimes missing the half picture. That's a conversation of a whole other video. What I want to talk about is whether buying a private jet is gonna make sense to you in the first place. Because in my experience, people who are concerned about the price aren't ready for the question that actually matters. That is, should I even buy an aircraft or not? So today, 5 important questions that you should ask yourself before buying your first private jet. If your answers lined up, you might be on the right move. If not, I might just save you from a very expensive mistake. The first question, do you actually need the private jet or do you just want it? I know it's a strange thing to ask, but stay with me. There's a big difference between wanting a private jet and needing one. A lot of first-timers confuse between two and end up buying a private jet which actually costs them every month without giving them the value that they imagined. So ask yourself this honestly, how often do you actually fly? If you fly around 100 to 200 hours every year for your work, for your family, for your business, then ownership actually starts making financial sense. The cost of buying and maintaining your own aircraft begins to compare favorably to what you would spend chartering the same volume of flight. But if you are flying 10 to 15 hours every year, then chartering might be the best option for you. You get the right kind of aircraft for every trip, you only pay for what you use, and someone else handles every problem for you. Ownership comes with a lot of fixed costs, even if your aircraft doesn't fly. Crew salary, maintenance, hangar fees, insurance, all of it ticketing every month, every year, whether you step a foot on the plane or not. Private jet is a tool, and before buying the tool, you must think if you need it as often as you think or not. Question number 2, what is the longest trip you're gonna take and with how many people? This question tells everything about what kind of aircraft do you actually need. And getting this wrong is the most expensive mistake a first-time jet buyer can make. Think about your typical travel and not the fancy trip of the year. Where are you traveling? How far it is? 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, or are you crossing a continent? And who is with you on that flight? Maybe it's just you, maybe it's your kids. Maybe it's a couple of employees. Maybe it's a group of 8 CEOs. Because an aircraft which is perfect for 2 hours hop with 2 people is completely wrong for an 8-hour flight with 8 people. Here's what happens when people skip this question. They buy something that looks impressive or that comes in their budget. 6 months down the line, either they are traveling in a small size cabin for long range flight, or they are buying a big size jet for the small routes that can be covered by a light jet in fraction of cost. Your longest range regular routes and the number of people you want to travel with defines what kind of aircraft is a perfect fit for you. Everything other than that, the looks, the aesthetics, the brand, the price, all of it comes after this. So be honest about it, how you actually travel, instead of how you will travel once you will have a private jet. Question number 3, what is the maximum amount you are willing to spend on this aircraft and what all you have included in the cost? Everyone has a budget, but the problem is most people think only about the purchase price. They see a jet listed for 50 crores and they think, okay, this is the number, that's how much it costs. But the purchase price is just the beginning. Once you own your own aircraft, this is how your cost structures look like. Crew salary, you need to have at least 2 pilots, sometimes even more. Hangar fees for parking and storing of the aircraft. Regular maintenance, which is scheduled and mandatory. You can't skip it. Insurance when you fly. Fuel when you fly the aircraft. Landing and handling fees for every airport. And then there is unscheduled maintenance, which nobody budgets for, but faces eventually. A good thumb rule, your annual operating cost is somewhere in the range of 10 to 20% of the value of your aircraft every year, even if you fly a lot or you fly little. And I'm not saying this to scare you off. I want you to go in with full clarity, because people who often regret buying a private jet always say this one thing. They didn't knew how much it cost to own. They knew how much it cost to buy. Question number 4, can they still make you money while you're not using it? This is the question which separates the smart jet owners from the ones who bleed money every month. When you own the aircraft, it doesn't always have to sit idle when you don't use it. You can offer it to charter programs where your aircraft is available for verified clients when they need it. And that revenue goes directly towards settling your operational expenses. Done well, this can cover a significant portion of your fixed costs. Sometimes almost all of it. But this is the important part. Not every aircraft is equally charterable. The routes you fly regularly, the aircraft, the age, the condition, and the certification it holds, it all affects on how easily an aircraft can be positioned to charter or how much it can earn you every month. So before you buy, have a real conversation with someone who operates the charter and not just sell the aircraft. Ask them, if I buy this specific aircraft, how much I can realistically earn if I do not fly? What are the most demanded routes? What is the realistic offset? If the answer are good, you have turned a cost center to something which is much closer than an actual business asset. If the answer is not good, at least you know what you are going in for and you can plan accordingly. Question number 5. Are you ready to own or you just want to experience it? This is the most important question in the list and the one most people don't ask themselves. Owning the private jet is not same as flying one. The experience of flying a private jet is wonderful. The experience of owning a private jet is a complete different responsibility. You now have an aircraft that needs to be maintained at very strict safety standards. You have a crew that works for you. You have regulatory compliances, you have paperwork, you have audit, you have an asset that depreciates regularly. You have decisions to make constantly for operations, for scheduling, for costs. Most first-time buyers are completely unprepared for this. They buy it for the feel of owning an aircraft. Then they realize the operational reality is closer to running a small aviation company than to having a luxury car sitting in a garage. There is no shame in deciding that what you actually want is the comfort, the time saved, the flexibility without having the responsibility of an owner, and that's why chartering is the best option for you. You get everything you want from the private aviation and someone else take all the things that you don't want to take care of. The best jet owners I know went in with full clarity on the both sides. They knew exactly what the responsibilities look like and they went ahead knowing that it is worth of their lifestyle and their usage. So before you sign anything, be honest to yourself. Do you actually want to own the aircraft or you just want to fly like a private jet owner flies? Because one of it is a purchase and other is just a phone call. So these are the 5 questions you need to ask yourself before you buy your first private jets. Do you actually need it or you just want it? What is your longest trip and how many people are usually with you? Do you know the full cost of ownership or just the price tag? Can the aircraft earn money while you're not flying it? And are you ready for what owning actually means or just to feel what it feels like? And are you ready for full ownership of the aircraft? If you can answer all the 5 questions honestly and the numbers still make sense for you, then it might be actually a right choice for you to own a private jet. And when the day comes, I would love to be a part of that conversation. But if even 1 or 2 of these questions give you a pause, that's not a reason to feel bad. It is just a good decision making. Charter more, understand your needs, understand your patterns, and revisit these questions after a year. The aircraft is still gonna be there. At Primero, we have helped clients on the both side of these decisions. Sometimes we have advised them to buy a private jet, sometimes we have told them not to, and instead help them charter smartly. Because the goal was never to sell a jet, it was to make sure that whatever they chose actually worked out for their life. If this was useful, subscribe because we are gonna come with a new video every week breaking down private aviation world in such a way that it will help you make better decisions. Drop your questions in the comment box. I read every one of them and see you in the next one.